Hey guys, and welcome back. I got an awesome video for you. For those of you that are struggling with your weight shift, and this question I get almost every single week is, when should I start my weight shift to the left? When should I feel like my weight is fully transferred to the left? And I'm gonna go over a very basic way to feel this, and then also go over some science, some data that's been collected. There's been a lot of good research on what's called ground force reaction. You don't have to know that name. It's just a big fancy way of saying, where am I shifting my weight and where am I putting pressure in the ground? So to get started here, let's talk about what causes your body to rotate. What is it that actually causes you to shift your weight? And the only way we can shift our weight is to move, to push into the ground in different ways to get our body to rotate and to get our weight to shift to the right and to the left. So if you can imagine, if I'm a quarterback, if I'm gonna throw down the field, the first thing I'm gonna do is shift to the right. As I load up, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that ball, let my weight shift back to the right and then forward. So I'm going to the right, and then as I let it go, I'm going to the left. If I'm doing baseball pitching, do the same thing, to the right and then go to the left. If I'm hitting in baseball, I'm on my right side, I'm striding to the left and then braced against my left side as I'm coming through. So every athletic motion, there has to be a weight shift to the right, there has to be a weight shift to the left. And for years, people have been saying, let's get rid of the weight shift in golf. It's never happened. You can take what's called a 3D force plate, and you can put it underneath your feet, and it'll show you the pressure that's coming out into your body and the pressure you're putting with your feet. Every player has a weight shift to the right in the backswing and to the left in the through swing. Even if we keep our body over here, we're still moving weight to the right and to the left. Even if we keep our body completely to the left the entire time, it's moving around, our weight is moving. There's nothing we can do about that to eliminate that, and we shouldn't even want to try to do that. We want to use it the right way to be athletic. So the first piece of this is that we have to get our shift to the right and get our body loading up to the right. Now the way I start this is I'm actually going to put some pressure with my right foot down into the ground. I'm going to push down and out away from my body. So I've talked about this before, but you can imagine this is 12 o'clock. If I'm standing on a giant clock here around my body, this is 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock would be over here. I'm going to feel like I'm pushing down and out towards 1:30. And if you look at the animation on my screen, you'll see kind of a skeleton figure here. And you'll notice how that pressure is moving up and to the right. There's a big arrow coming out of his foot, his right foot, that's moving up and back. And what that means is he's pushing down and out in that direction, and the ground is pushing up and back against him in that direction the arrow is going. And that's what rotates our body. So the more pressure I put into the ground, the more that's going to turn my hips, the more that's going to turn my shoulders as I go to the top. If I don't put pressure into my right foot, if I feel like I'm keeping my weight on my left, it's going to be difficult to rotate as you go back. Try that out. Try putting most of your pressure on your left foot. Keep it there throughout the backswing, and I want you to go ahead and try to get a good hip and shoulder turn. It's really difficult to do. Now let's go ahead. As soon as you move off the ball, feel like you put a little pressure in your right foot, then you're pushing down and out. You're going to be able to really cause your body to rotate back to the top very easily. Get that good, full, powerful turn. So that's where it starts. At the very beginning of my swing, as soon as my club starts to move back, my weight is moving to the right, I'm pushing down and out. Now as my arms get around halfway back or 3/4 of the way back, what's actually happening is my weight is beginning to shift over to the left. You'll notice in that same animation, the weight goes from that player's right leg, the arrow being longer. The longer the arrow, the more pressure that's in the ground. It starts to shift over to the left leg. And then as you come farther into the downswing, then it's going to be mostly on my left leg, going the opposite direction. If we can again imagine that clock, I'm pushing down and out towards 10:30 on that clock. 12 o'clock is the ball in front of me. And I'm going to let that clear my hips and my body open as I'm coming on through. So that's how we shift our weight in the swing. That's how we load up our hips. That's the only way we can get speed. So if you look at players like Jamie Sadlowski or Bubba Watson or really long hitters, they're putting a lot of force into the ground. You'll see their feet actually come off the ground sometimes at impact. That's because they're putting so much force into the ground and rotating their body just like I'm showing you here. So to recap, to make the backswing, my weight needs to shift, and my pressure needs to be on my right foot very, very early. As soon as I'm taking the club away, I'm gonna max that out about halfway back or a little farther. And then as I start to shift to the left, then I'm gonna complete my backswing, start my downswing, and as I'm halfway down, now I'm pushing really hard out to the left to clear my body on through the shot. So it's a simple 1-2 punch with the legs. What I want you to do is go ahead and work on that. Start out by pushing your right foot down and out. I want you to do a couple practice swings with me. Push down and out, get to about halfway back, I want you to shift over to your left, push down and out as you're coming on through. It's gonna look just like this. Pushing out with my right, pushing out with my left. So I'm really feeling like I'm doing that. Now, that's a little slow motion swing. Let's go ahead and go full speed. Let's get that good full power turn. If we want to have some distance, just like we talk about in the top speed golf system, let's get loaded up going back and really rotate on through using that same pressure. So I'm gonna do the same thing, right foot, left foot. That's gonna allow me to rotate. Do a good 20 or 30 of each of those, and then let's go ahead and go to the range. Let's hit some golf balls, and I want you to really concentrate on right foot early, and then left foot as you're coming through the ball. Let's try it out. There we go, guys. Hit that one pretty hard, got a good full turn. If you guys do the same thing, you're gonna be able to pick up some distance right away. All right, guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an even better bonus for you. If we want to get distance in the golf swing, we've got to get a lot of lag, and then we've got to let that lag go. Well, I've got my #1 lag video. I'm going to play a preview of that here in a second. If you're on a desktop device, go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, click the iCard that's somewhere on your screen right now. That's going to take you to where you can get instant access to that full video. Plus, you're going to get 5 videos from our top speed golf system. Never going to cost you a dime. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Click that thumbs up button. That really helps us out. And also remember to subscribe. That way you'll see our newest videos. See you guys in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods, all these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.